I'm Ian Stalker. I'm the chairman of PLU. Our company is an exploration development company interested right now in two metals, uranium and lithium, and we're based in the Macusani Plateau in Peru. Peru happens to be an excellent country for investment and is regarded as the #1 investment country in South America. We've been in Peru for probably about 10 years now, although the company itself, Plateau Uranium, only came about through an amalgamation in 2014. Our primary interest in Peru, of course, was associated with the uranium deposit that was known in the area. That grew to a size of £124 million, compliant resources, 43101 equivalent, that we put out in 2014-2015. But since then, of course, our attention has also been drawn not only to the uranium opportunity, which is significant, but also to the lithium that's present in that area as well. And we've had some recent spectacular successes with some of our intersections associated with lithium in the plateau. Look, let me start with the uranium. We had a project which was called the Macusani project with that £124 million of uranium I've mentioned. We undertook a preliminary economic analysis on it, and what that told us at the time that the operating cost to produce 1 pound of U3O8, 1 pound of uranium that would sell in the marketplace, was approximately $17 a pound. So it was a good, solid project. But unfortunately for us, of course, until recently, the uranium market has been pretty soft and pretty uninteresting. That's changed. What's also changed, of course, is that during the interim period, we found that we had lithium present in the Macusani Plateau. And we've been working hard at unlocking the value of that lithium along with uranium, to the extent that now, with the test work that's been done, and that's over 200-300 tests in Peru itself, we're confident that there is value to be unlocked from the lithium. So when you add both together, I tell you, it makes for one really exciting time. And now, of course, we've moved into this new discovery known as Falchani. Look, the discovery at Falchani has just changed the world for us. First of all, it's told us that on the upper level we have a higher grade uranium mineralized area. That uranium mineralization runs about twice the value of what we currently have in our PEA that I just mentioned. If you consider that alone, never mind one or two of the other upside factors associated with it, you could see why PLU begins to think that it can produce uranium at around about $10 a pound. That's one hell of a competitive price. But add to that is the fact that below the uranium, as we continue to drill, what we intersected was a phenomenal lithium grade. We intersected lithium running at 3,500 ppm to over 4,000 ppm Li in the ground just below the uranium. And the thicknesses of the intersections we had were between 50 and 60 meters thick. So for us, it's changed the whole dynamics. We've been busy on the metallurgical work for two reasons. One, we want people to understand that there is value there, not only with the uranium, but with the lithium. And so working on the lithium and working with the lower grade part of it, we've shown that we can leach this lithium at a temperature of about 60 to 80 degrees C, below boiling point. And that's important. Why? Because the equipment that we'll use as a consequence of running below boiling point to get the lithium out is at atmospheric pressure. It is not tough, difficult metallurgical operations, and it's simple equipment you buy. So we've taken, if you like, that standard recipe where we're getting about 60-65% of the lithium out into solution at those temperatures and at that mix from the Macusani ore, and we've applied it now to the high grade ore, which is this one running at 3,000 to 4,000 ppm. And what we now know is that we're getting 80% of that lithium going into solution. That tells you that kind of grade, which is effectively the equivalent of 2% of lithium carbonate equivalent grade, we're getting 80% of it out into solution. It makes a huge contribution when everyone knows that lithium carbonate is selling at $10,000 a ton. Big change to us. But also, and we mustn't forget, is in the background that uranium market has changed. The uranium market has now become much hotter than it's been for several years. There's no doubt that the problems in Japan put us down a bit, but today we are hot. Maybe not quite nuclear, but certainly hot. And as a consequence of that, the uranium at the current spot price makes money. And our higher grade, which gives us a higher recovery, incidentally, makes even more money. So for us, we've got two of the elements that are really key to the markets going forward. Both green elements in many ways, both green metals, lithium and uranium, both contribute, I believe, to a greener society. Look, our long-term goals are to make sure that all our investors get a return on their investment. And right now, where we're positioned with the uranium and lithium market means that coming into our stock right now, there is a large upside on the return. You cannot believe how much growth there is in our company. I for sure am investing myself, and if that's any confidence to anyone out there, I can tell you now's the time to get into PLU.